Allie tells lies to create drama, and nothing's off limits.
She says it's raining outside. We look out the window.
Allie's lied about being pregnant, having miscarriages, having babies, deaths in the family, being raped by multiple guys.
After she tells these stories, she'll tell people that it never happened. And then she could come back a few months later and say, no, it was true. You have to pick between the lines and figure out what the real truth is.
She said her aunt and uncle died in the Joplin, Missouri tornado, and that's not true. She said that her biological father was blind, had amnesia, and died a couple different times. That's not true.
Allie was telling people that I shoved her downstairs, caused her to lose a baby, had a miscarriage. Allie even told my pastor that I beat a kitten to death with a 2x4. I raise horses, I train horses. I would never hurt an animal of any kind.
Allie lives in a fantasy world, and she even said that I killed her cousin in a car wreck. That is craziness.
Everything Allie said was completely and absolute lies. None of those things happened whatsoever.
I have no idea why she comes up with these things. Allie needs to wake up before she destroys her life completely.
Well, it's not just her life that can be destroyed, because believe it or not, that's not the worst of it. Ruth and stepfather Mike say Allie's latest lies are so bad they have actually landed the two of them behind bars. Little did they know their world would be turned upside down. What happened next landed Ruth in jail and Mike charged with statutory rape in the 2nd degree. Take a look.
There's no end to the kind of things Allie will lie about. Allie was telling people that I was wrestling with her and touched her breast, that I was stalking her and watching her in the shower. I was completely blindsided. None of those things happened whatsoever.
Allie was punished for it, and she went to counseling. We thought that was the end of it.
2 years later, those lies came back to bite me again.
A friend of the family that was a minor texted a friend of hers saying that Mike tried to have sex with her. She also told him that Mike tried to pull her pants down. When I heard this, I was completely devastated.
Immediately, Allie jumped on the bandwagon, saying that I did similar things to her as well.
I filed a police report, and the Department of Family Services got involved.
It's just absolutely sickening. I was nowhere around when this person said this happened.
After I found out that Mike was innocent, I tried to retract the police report, but the damage was already done.
Allie was absolutely going on a smear campaign. She was calling detectives, embellishing every part of the story that she possibly could. Allie was telling people that I jumped on top of her. She said that I had taken her to Victoria's Secret and had her do a fashion show for me, which was ridiculous.
When Allie was questioned by the authorities, she told them that I tried to get her and the friend to change the story. I never told them to change their story. All I ever wanted was the truth. A few days later, I was charged with witness tampering and spent a day in jail. I was so furious and hurt.
Currently, I have attempted statutory rape charges over my head. I could still face up to 4 years in prison, fines, and be put on the sex offenders list for the rest of my life for bogus charges.
Okay, now that's a huge lie that has impacted both of you, but I want to put this in context. I want to backtrack a little bit because this didn't just come out of the blue. The truth is, this lying from her, even though she's not the one that made the statutory rape allegation, the lying from her has been going on for a long time, right?
Correct.
When did you first notice that she was fabricating things?
Back in 2012, that Mike was actually trying to do something to her through the window and watched her get out of the shower and send her some...
That was the first lie
Right.
that you ever noticed her
Right.
telling about anything?
Right.
Up
Well,
until then,
yes.
just normal kind of, yeah, I did my homework kind of stuff.
Correct.
And this was 3 years ago, roughly.
Right.
Okay, and how long have you two been married?
For 3 years.
Huh.
Yeah.
Since 2012.
Yeah.
Been together almost 5, though.
Yeah.
But about the time you got married is about the time she
Started having
started
issues.
It was
telling
right
lies.
before that time. I mean, almost immediately before, just a few months before that.
Yeah,